everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're seeing this face for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Nifemi, this channel is The Fires. In today's video, we will be discussing a very major topic, which is the pros and cons of relocating as a family, husband, father and children, or relocating as just husband and wife.
Yeah.
She relocated with our family.
Yes.
I relocated with my husband and we left my kids behind. So we're going to be explaining in details without leaving anything
Stone unturned.
of the shege that my eyes see. Stay with us,
The
guys.
shege that my eyes to see.
With me here today is Abimbola. I'm sure this is the second time you're seeing her on this channel. A very pleasant and beautiful lady. So she's going to be doing this with me again today. So I'll go first. Should I go first? No, you go first. Your own is still soft.
You sound so.
How was it relocating with your husband and your son to a country that you don't have family members and you still had the mind? You get mind, though. You still had the mind to come with your son. How old was he when you guys came?
It was around 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
So how was it? How was the experience like for you?
Which part of the experience?
Relocating as a family. How was it?
Because there are so many parts to it. There is a financial aspect. Because obviously, let's talk about the financial aspect first. Because obviously, when you are relocating with your family, the amount of money you are going to be spending on your traveling plans is going to be more, obviously, depending on the size of your family. The financial aspect is very important because the more the number, the more you will have to spend. It was obviously more than somebody that, if we had decided to leave our son back home, would have spent less.
But did you pay for his flight ticket? It was less than 2.
You have to pay for his own.
Was it 2 already?
Yes, it was 2.
Yeah,
It was not less than 2. Yeah, you have to pay. So you pay. Then another thing is, because you're coming in with a child, in the UK there is what they call standard housing. If you're coming in as a husband and wife, you can still manage to stay maybe in a room apartment, and definitely the rent will be cheaper if you're renting one room. But if you're coming in with a child or more than one child, you have to rent at least 2-bedroom flats, because the way they expect that the child should have his or her own space, our own room. So that again will impact on your finances too, because by the time you start doing house hunting, you are not hunting for something a room or a studio or something. You have to hunt for a standard family house. Yeah, that's let me stop there for now.
Okay. So for us, we decided to leave our kids behind. Before now, if you ask me, Femi, what do you think about traveling with your kids? I won't even let you finish. I'll say, leave the kids behind. Especially if you have someone that you trust, maybe like your mom or a family member that can help you watch them for like a year or 2. And then my reason will be so you can come, work, hustle, get that money, then go back and get them.
Yeah.
But if you ask me now, Ifemi, what would you advise someone that wants to relocate abroad as a family? Will you advise them to leave their kids behind or to travel with their kids? I would say travel with your kids. Travel with everything that matters to you.
Especially you.
Travel with your kids. I know why I'm hammering on it, and I'll share with you. So for us, we decided to come first to the UK because the shared apartment that we moved into, immediately we arrived to the UK, they didn't allow kids.
Because it was a shared apartment.
Yes, because it was a shared apartment. And at that point, we couldn't afford to get a 2-bedroom apartment. So because they didn't allow kids, we searched. It's not like we did not want to come with them, but the circumstances made us not so. So we searched and didn't find. So we just resorted to, okay, let us first go and hustle, gather money. Let's go first, and then we'll come back for them. Our plan was to come back for them after a year, which was very possible.
Yeah.
Then we forgot that this place is not our father's country. It's not our family meeting where we can make decisions, and those decisions
will be the way they plan them to
policies, and they change their policies per time. We did not put that at the back of our mind when we were saying, okay, let's leave them and go first. Then when we came, we stayed in the shared apartment for 5 months. We got our own place in May. Normally, people were supposed to go back home and get the kids that May.
They sweet you.
Or March. Okay, let's go and get the kids in June.
Me and my husband, don't they sweet you?
We're enjoying the hustle. So we said, okay, let's leave them till December. We'll go and get them in December.
2024.
2020. No, 2023.
23, okay.
By 2024. Let's leave them to December. So we're still working. We had a 2-bedroom apartment. The other room was there doing nothing. We were trying to buy this for the kids and all of that. So
suddenly,
when we got to August, we decided to start the application.
Right.
And policies began to change. My sister and my brother travel with everything that matters to you. I'll say it again. Policies began to change, and we couldn't bring them in. We tried the application, and when it got to the point where we had to link the application to our application, issues, we couldn't bring them in. At that point, I'm sure that a lot of you know that there was a point they were revoking COS, they were investigating companies, they were doing a lot to companies.
They were increasing the threshold for bringing in care workers, healthcare, different things.
So it happened to us. It was very bad. We couldn't bring them in, and even though my mom was doing her best to help us take care of her, but she needed to also relocate at that point. My mom needed to relocate in January. So our plan was we'll go home in December. We already planned it as if it's our father's house. I'll go home in December and get them. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen in December. But by the time you'll be watching this video, they are in the UK already. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So as I was saying, it didn't happen. And this cost us a lot. Financially, we spent more when we were ready to bring them. Emotionally, it broke us. Like, you know, when you have, even leaving them behind in the first place,
it's already emotional.
It's already a lot of emotion. But because they were with my mom, and I know that they're in very good hands, I didn't feel it too much. But when it got to the point where we were trying to bring them in and it didn't work, everything was in place. Already. Because of the policies, we couldn't bring them in. And how old are these kids? 4 and 2. 4 and 2.
Goodness.
So we couldn't bring them in. So at the end of the day, as God will have it, investigations upon investigations and all, there was a way. But the way that came, we had to spend more. We had to pay for IHS for the year. Let's say you are giving 3 years or 5 years sponsorship. Then you pay IHS for
that period.
For 5 years for the father. You pay IHS for 5 years for the son. You pay IHS for 5 years for the other, and this is over £1,000 for each person. So we spent more money. We spent more money and the emotional trauma. I remember there were some times that we will go to the store to buy stuff and we see parents and their kids and we'll cry. This one is not them. It's not them say. I've seen my husband shed a tear before because he saw kids with their family and he wished that his kids were here. That kind of, it was so bad that we tried everything we could. We tried other means. They should come in through visiting, or should we tried, we thought of different things to bring them, but it wasn't just working. So emotionally, it was really, really draining for me because it started in August last year, and I was hoping that okay, before December we'll have a way. We stayed December, nothing came up. January, nothing came up. My mom had to leave the country because she has tried. Cannot use our own to. She really tried
She
for
stayed
us.
with them for a year.
So she had to leave. So when she left, you know, that was when it dawned on me that it's not the same like when she was around. She left and it was like they just stripped me off my clothes. Like I was naked. I felt pain in another way. Sometimes I remember there was a week that I hardly ate throughout the week. I was always crying back to back, and everybody was scared for my health. You're pregnant, and funny enough, as God we have this pregnancy now came. Oh God, pregnancy now came. It wasn't planned for. Even with everything, it still came, and we just had to keep it. It's God's blessing. So it was a lot. It was a lot for me. So if now somebody asks me now that what would you advise someone that wants to relocate abroad, Australia, can anywhere, I always tell them travel with your kids. I know it's expensive, flight tickets, fly for a large family, flight ticket and all of that, but look for the money and travel with your kids, because it's not your father's land. It's not your family where you make decisions and you are sure that this decision in the next 5 years will not change it. These people can wake up today and say this is what we want to do.
Especially the UK, they are fond of
They wake up tomorrow and say this is what we want to do, and at the end of the day we have divided families. The husband is in the US, wife is in Nigeria, or the husband is in the UK. But how will the family function? Not to talk about husband and wife are together, then kids at the formative age,
the most
are
important
back home.
age.
It was raining. So I would say to you that travel with everything that matters to you. So for you, having traveled with your son, how was it like to find balance?
Challenges. So for me, bringing AJ into a new environment for him, for me, for my husband, it was not easy. Learning the new style, the new culture, it was not easy. So let me start with the fact that I came in as a student, and when I came in, I had to go to school and I had to leave him home with my husband. My husband, on his own part, he does not have any clue of what he's doing with him.
African father.
He had to learn from the scratch.
Yes.
I had to teach him. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. When he's doing this, this is what he's
You didn't know how to change diaper before. You know, a lot of them don't.
He doesn't know how to change that. Even then, when he changes diapers, when I get home, I'm like,
You went upside down.
But he learned. He had to learn.
Yes.
He had to learn. My husband had to adjust. I had to adjust. Our son, our precious son, had to adjust. So AJ is coming from a region of the world where it is very hot.
Yes.
Now coming into a region of the world where it is,
Did you
and
come
we came
in
September.
Yeah. Okay.
That was autumn. It was very close. It was also it was actually cold at that time. My son had cold. He had flu for the first 1 month we came here. It was so scary that we wanted to go to the GP, but coming in, taking the process of going, getting a GP, getting registered, getting your NHS number was not something you do in a day. So after a while, anyway, it got better, but it was really scary because I'd never seen him have cold as serious as that. Even my husband had terrible cold, not to talk of. So the weather was not really easy for him to adjust to. It was not easy for him to adjust to. And my son is the type of child that likes to play outside. He's already used to going outside, playing with his cousins, playing in school. He had already started crèche before we came here. So we now had to convert him to a child that stays indoors, watch TV. So the adjustment for him too, I'm very sure it was not easy. Even up to now, there are still some things I don't want to talk about yet that I feel like that season has affected him. Because my son, when we came here, before we came here, he was very vocal.
and playful.
He was a very active child. He was a very vocal child. But when we came here, I sort of noticed that his word usage has reduced because he doesn't interact anymore. He doesn't have a social life.
Yes, he doesn't have his mates to
play with. So he was always keeping to himself, playing with his toys. He talks less and less. But thank God things are getting better now because he has started nursery. But I noticed that thing, and I was so scared. I won't lie, because my son will say, "Mommy, Daddy, back home, water, thank you." As in, he was already he stopped like he lost everything.
Wow.
He lost everything to the point that my son does not call me mommy. I'm like, Jesus. It was really scary, but when I started making findings, I noticed it's because of that switch, from a social environment. Now it doesn't interact with anybody, and because of the code, it can't go out. So what we tried to do then, we made effort to see if we can put him in a nursery. But my sister, my brother, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for people that are doing a minimum wage job.
The one that I saw was £75 per day per child. When I saw £75, and I'm like,
we couldn't afford it. I even tried at that time. I tried because they said the daycare for my university, like if you're a university student, they will give you discount. I went there, even with the discount,
it was still expensive.
It was still very expensive. So we tried to use that so that I can at least get out of the house, have a social life, but we couldn't afford it. So all of that factor, I was at a point, thank God you are sharing your own, but for us at a point we felt like we shouldn't have brought him. Because if he was still in Nigeria, he would continue schooling, his social life will still be intact. We felt like we should have left him, so that by the time he's 3 years old, we can now bring him. Then he can now start going to school again.
He will still go back to that circle of staying. Okay,
no, he would have started school there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so this life no balance.
It's not balance. But I'm glad that you came with your son. I won't even lie. Oh God. Yes. I'm glad that you came with your son, because there's this thing that I went through. There's this phase that I went through where you feel like you're not good enough. I felt like I'm a bad mother. I felt like because of hustle, left my children. Like, yes, when they were in care of my mom, I didn't have an issue. When my mom had to leave, it was as if I left them naked. That was how I felt. I remember there was a night that I cried so much that everybody they were trying to call me on phone. I didn't pick my call. My husband was scared. He was calling my mom and my siblings to tell them, please help me talk to Nife so she doesn't hurt herself in her condition, so her blood pressure don't go high. I just couldn't find a word to say. There was nothing that made sense to me at that point. I just wished I had a superpower to just switch and then UK. But there was nothing. I felt not good enough. I felt bad. I felt that that feeling is bad, and I don't pray for my enemy to feel that way, because you will feel like you've lost everything that you have, even though you've not lost it. But I just felt, if they were here, what if we did it this way? What if we did it that way? It was a phase I had to deal with. For my husband, I knew that he was trying to be strong for me, because I know that there are days that I hear him pray and I hear him say some things like, God, please just let this work out for his children. Sometimes we say, for the sake of the unborn baby that is coming, please God, for the sake of this. I hear him say those prayers, but when he sees me, he acts like he's strong, like he's not feeling. But the day I saw him shed a tear at the store, I knew that no, he's getting to him as well, but he's just trying to be strong for me. But it wasn't easy. So the best bet is, if you plan to relocate, relocation is expensive, I won't lie. Whether you're coming by school route or you're coming by any route, global talent, any other route, it is expensive. Finding accommodation is an issue, not just in the UK, everywhere it's an issue. For us, the accommodation was a major reason why we didn't come with them, because coming with them, I was supposed to start work like almost immediately. Coming with them, how are we going to balance it? Like it was in a land where everybody is busy. Even if you have a family member, everybody is busy looking after themselves. Because if you no work, you no go chop. There's no free money anywhere.
Exactly.
So we didn't have this support system that we had back home. Back home, we had a support system, like a very solid one that if you want to work and kill yourself, you know that your children are in safe hands. And you don't pay too much to get a nanny, you don't pay too much to hire a chef. How much will you pay? But here, it's not something, even the rich.
You have someone that will come clean your house.
Even the rich, they don't have a chef. Or a nanny, or a driver, or a get bo. They don't have it because it's really, really expensive. So the best bet is come together as a family. It's not going to be easy. I won't lie to you.
Exactly. You go through the challenges
together. The fact that you look at your side, you see your husband. You look at your other side, you see your kids. It's fulfilling. It's way fulfilling than leaving them behind. Because when these policies change, it's like film. It happens this fast, and you'll be like, if I had known. So for us to avoid, if I had known, for us to avoid kids being in Nigeria for the next 10 years of their lives, because we do not see a means to bring them in, I would advise that if you can, please do come with them. Come with them. That's the best thing I have to say. You saying that at the point you guys felt like leaving Iron Fair behind.
But listening to your story and from this angle you've said it from, I think we did the right thing.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
Because I will not lie, it was not easy. It was not easy.
Nobody.
It was really challenging.
It will be challenging. Even when my kids come now, it's going to be challenging for us. Because we have to intentionally bond with them. We call them on video call and they say mommy, they say daddy, they try to have a conversation, but it's not like you staying in the same house with them. So now there's going to be work to be done, adjustments to be done.
Even for us when we came, because we came with AG, we had to, the kind of job we could do was limited. Because my husband couldn't do a day job because I was going to school. He could only do a night job, and that's because why we have AJ. He has to stay with AJ during the day when I'm at work. I'm in school, and then I also had to do a day job permanently if I was going to do a part-time job with my studies, because at night my husband had to work.
Someone has to be at home.
Someone has to be at home with the child, especially because they are minors.
An adult.
An adult has to be at home. So those adjustments now is what you will now have to make on your part.
At this point, there's no
you are ready.
There's no sacrifice we will not take.
Because
seriously, because we know what our eyes have seen. We know the emotional trauma and even the money that has gone into this course. So now when they come, because when you are watching this video, they will be in the UK. Don't worry, they will say hi one of these days. They will be in this video. So they will be in the UK rather. So you, with everything that we went through, you grow together as a family. Easy, easy. On days where there's food, on days where there's no food, at
you
least
go through it
you
together.
know that you people
And
are
that bond
together.
will be there.
And the bond will be there. The oneness, the love. Your kids will see you and call you mommy. I think they can talk to you. Not phone. Phone cannot do it much. You miss your kid's birthday. I remember when my son clocked 4. I wasn't there. Although we tried to make it lively, but it wasn't like when you are there. When my other son clocked 2. And funny enough, when we were moving, my second son was 1 year, 1 month. He was 1 year in November. We traveled in December. Was 1 year, 1 month. Like I had to stop him from breastfeeding with the hope that before he's 2, we'll come and get him. Like it hurt. For my eldest son,
sacrifice.
He knows us to an extent. But you see, my second son, he doesn't really know us too much. He just says daddy because he hears his brother saying daddy. He says mommy because. But I felt really, really bad. I look at their pictures sometimes and I'm just crying like God, these children. But God came through. Even though it took us to learn that you don't make decisions. You are not God. Femi, you are not God. You don't make decisions like that. Seize the opportunity while you can.
Yeah.
Come together, sharp. And you know that if we had come together, we won't pay IHS.
Yes.
We won't pay because we didn't have to pay. The visa I was on, we won't have to pay IHS. Then visa fee was cheap.
Yes.
Now
they've increased everything.
Expensive. IHS is over 1,000 per year per person. So divide it.
And if you have a 5 years visa,
5 years father, 5 years mother, 5 years 2 children.
Even HSF alone, you are gone.
Imagine.
Let's talk about.
So you're spending more money. So please travel with everything that matters to you. If your wife matters to you, do the traveling with her. If your children matters to you, don't leave them behind though. Don't think 1 year, 5 months. Before you know it, policies will change. And 1 year will be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Like every major milestone in your kids' life, you'll be absent. But you send money, you call on phone, but that's not enough. So having said this, what's your advice for people that want to relocate? I mean, they should come with their kids or leave them.
Yeah, should not. With what you have said, now let us say they should. When your brothers are with this experience, you can see from this angle. I would say, because if your family matters to you, I feel like my own priority is family.
Even for some people, it's not like money making is their priority. Maybe at that point where they got the opportunity to relocate, they didn't have enough fund to cater for all the family.
Yes.
But probably they didn't even now try to look for
the money.
Just for okay, let me go with one person. Or don't worry, my wife, stay back with the kids, let me go alone. At the end of the day, find out that the hustle you want to come and hustle, you won't be able to hustle the hustle. Because at the point where we were going through that phase, I was not productive at work. I won't even lie to you. I'm at work and I'm thinking of something else. I'm at work and I'm crying. One or two of my colleagues, they've asked me on several occasions, and why is your face like this? Why is your eyes red? Why is this? And I keep lying to them that something entered my eyes. This is because I'm trying to cover up. I wasn't productive. I was not myself. So as if one part of me is in Nigeria and I'm here. So at the end of the day, that also that you want to do, you will not do it in one piece. So it's just best to.
So at the end of the day, family is important. Family is important. And I'm really hoping that the UK will review all these their new laws about people coming in. Yes, it's separate. But really coming into a space, leaving your children behind. I don't think.
And now the policies are even tight. They are tight now. It's even getting more difficult to come in. Students now no more dependent.
And it's affecting everybody. Not just work. Not just even with migrants, even the UK citizens.
Wow.
It's affecting them as well. UK citizens that have partners from other districts. There's a part of the policy that affects them.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's just best to seize the opportunity.
Yeah.
When it's like this, please, before it comes like this, do all you need to do.
Grab it. And that is how life is generally. They say make hay while the sun shines.
Yes.
When you have the opportunity to do something, don't procrastinate. Don't push it. Don't think that that opportunity will still be there forever. Seize that opportunity and take it while it lasts.
Thank you for sticking with us. If you have an opinion about this topic, please drop it in the comment section. I'm there to answer you. And if you have questions as well, drop it in the comment section. This topic is quite relatable, so you can share with your family and friends that are planning to relocate and thinking of leaving their kids behind, or husband trying to leave his wife behind. Please warn them. It's not easy.
Yes.
Coming as a family is not easy. Coming alone is
harder.
It's harder. When two people come together, strive and bloom faster than when it's just one person. Even with the kids in the picture, it might not be easy, but it's worth it. So you don't end up spending more
long
money.
run.
You don't end up spending more money, but you don't end up leaving them behind for years. We were lucky that it took us a year, and we're supposed to come in December. We left, that's 1 year. January, February, March, April. We are filming in April. It took us 1 year, 4 months to bring them in. For some people, they won't be that lucky. It might take them 5 years.
Yeah, and it's because you were able to get
an alternative.
An alternative. What if you don't have an alternative?
If there was no alternative,
yeah,
we might be counting 2 years, 3 years.
4
Maybe
years.
they'll just kill me because I don't know how to cook.
You'll be going to Nigeria and
Seriously,
coming
I don't know
back.
how to cook. But just do what you need to do and don't procrastinate. Thank you guys. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're yet to subscribe. I'm going to link Abimbola. Yeah, I'm going to link our channel in the description box. So please like and share, subscribe to our YouTube channel while you do same to mine. We'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.
Bye.